Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Lauren, and in this video I wanted to chat to you about one of my latest makes, which I'm wearing just now. It's the Fibremood Gladys Dress, and also give you a quick tutorial on how you can make your own cover buttons when you're maybe not sure what buttons to choose or you can't really find the right buttons for your project. You can make your own and then they completely match your project because you use your own fabric to cover the buttons, as you can see that I've done here. So yeah, this is the Fibremood Gladys Dress, and I decided to make it in this absolutely beautiful Fabric Godmother viscose sateen fabric. It's the Bonnie print and it is in the hot pink colourway because I had 2 weddings to go to in September. Lucky me, I haven't been to a wedding in literally years. Of course, COVID, but also I guess I'm kind of maybe at that age in my family and my friends where I don't really know many people who are getting married now. But yeah, 2 weddings came along at once and I thought it was a perfect excuse to make a really lovely special new dress. 2 of my favourite websites to look at various different styles of dress patterns when I know that I want to make a dress is the Sew Over It website. They've got so many different designs and styles and things, and also the Fibremood website is really good as well for checking out lots of different dress options. I've made quite a few Fibremood patterns. If you follow me on Instagram then you'll know that, and yeah, I always find them the style of them really good, and it always have sort of interesting details. So as you can see in this one, it's got this really cool ruffle which goes around all the way around the yoke and over the sleeve heads, and then it goes round the back as well, and from a distance it almost looks like it's one of those oversized collars, but it's not. It's basically just a ruffle that goes in between the yoke at the front and the back. You can make a blouse version of it as well. I obviously made the dress and it's got a little drawstring at the waist, so it sort of gives you some shaping, and then you can customize the length of the skirt as well. It's just rectangular panels for the skirt, so you can either just have it like quite straight and long, or you can have an extra gathered tier on it, which is what I put onto mine. So yeah, it was just really lovely and swishy. I think this fabric does suit viscose and rayon and those kind of fabrics, those sort of really floaty, silky fabrics really nicely, just because it is like a little bit fuller. You know, the sleeves are quite loose, and then obviously the skirt swishes really nicely in that kind of fabric, and the gathers will just sort of hang nicely in this kind of weight of fabric as well. When it came to deciding and working out what buttons I was going to use, I did try to have a little look around and see if I could find any hot pink buttons, but at the same time I was trying to find some hot pink shoes to go with the dress as well, and surprisingly there's quite a lot of different shades of hot pink, and I just wasn't really finding anything that I knew was going to be exactly the right shade. So then I thought, of course I'll make my own cover buttons. So if you've not used cover buttons before, you can get them in a few different forms. You can get plastic ones, like this one. They usually come in a little card like that. You can get different sizes as well, or you can get little metal ones. The ones that we had in the shop that were the size I wanted to use were the metal ones, the 11mm ones. So that's the ones I used. I used metal purely because of that was the size that I had at the time. You can get the plastic ones that are smaller as well. They're 15mm ones. So when you get the cover buttons, there always comes like a little circle template on the back. So you can see on this pack here, that's the circle one, the circle template there in the back of that plastic one. You can see the circle there. So that's your template for cutting out your fabric. So you just need a little scrap of your fabric and then just cut round that. If your fabric is fraying quite a lot, then I would suggest cutting it very, very slightly bigger than the circle, just because then if it frays, you've still got enough fabric to kind of get round the button and kind of click everything on. And then you can get tools to help you get the fabric round it. So in the metal ones, they actually come with like a little sort of plastic thing where you're meant to put the circle of fabric in and then kind of push the button into it, and then it's meant to sort of wrap the fabric around. I have had varying success with this, and I think especially with slippery fabric, everything just moves around too much. So I find it much easier to get better control of the fabric and get a nice neater result if you just do a running stitch. So the way that I like to do it is I'll get a length of thread on my needle that is like a double length of thread and tie a knot at one end. and then you just do a little running stitch all the way around the outside of your little circle of fabric, and you kind of want to almost overlap the first stitch when you get right the way back round, just so that it's going to gather all the way around. Then you get the sort of top part of your button, which has got the little shank sticking out, which might look like a little sort of loop of metal. On the plastic ones I think it looks a little bit different, but it looks more kind of pointy, but on the metal ones it looks like a little loop. So you just place that in the middle and then start to draw on your running stitch, and it will gather all the fabric round. So pull it really, really tightly, and then I usually like to use my thumb to sort of like smooth it out and make sure the fabric's kind of moulding properly around the button. So keep it pulled really, really tight. And then you want to get the back of the button so it goes on this way round, and you just place that over, so you'll still have your threads of the running stitch sort of hanging out to the side. Just place the back open, the back over the sort of gathered section of fabric, and pinch it really, really hard with your thumb and your index fingers. You'll sort of feel it click or give when it kind of locks together. If you are finding it hard to do that, or maybe you're finding you've not got the strength and the sort of dexterity of your fingers, then you could at this stage try to use the little sort of plastic bit that comes with it, and put the button in there, and then you could use a hammer to sort of lightly tap it on just to make it kind of lock together. And then once it's locked together, you can just cut your little thread that is sticking out loose, and then you've got your cover button. So it really is as simple as that, and I do think it makes a really effective look when you've got quite a striking fabric and you just want, you know, the buttons are there, they're a feature, but you almost kind of want them to blend in a little bit and just tone in with the fabric. I think it gives it a really lovely professional finish. So I hope that has given you some inspiration and maybe another button idea if you're struggling to find buttons in the future. I will link to a blog post in the description to this video where I've got some photos of my dress at the weddings that I went to, so you can sort of see it on location. And then also in the blog post is an affiliate link to the pattern, the Gladys dress pattern on the Fibremood website. So if you click through that affiliate link in the blog post, it will take you to the Fibremood website where you can purchase the pattern. But yeah, just full disclosure, it is my affiliate link, so if you didn't want to use that, you can just independently search on the Fibremood website and find the pattern that way. When you do buy individual PDF patterns from Fibremood, they do send you files that include the seam allowance as well, so you don't have to add that on. Remember, we do also have the A0 pattern printing service, so if you didn't want to stick the pattern together at home, then you can order it to be printed from us as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then just remember to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!